else that hasn't got tuned in yet, I know there's a million folks from all over the world and time zones are weird and stuff. It's noon here in Seattle, which means it's nice and evening in Europe for those of you that are there, and those of you in Hawaii or something, I'm sorry, it's still really early. But let me know if you are here in the comments. Say hi. I'm saying hello to you first, so there. Those of you that don't know, this is a free class. It's open to anybody. We're going to do a beginner intermediate level solo jazz routine that I choreographed this week. We always do it to the music of musicians who are still alive so that you can support them during COVID times by buying their music, because that's how they eat. So today's music is going to be by the Brothers Arntzen, which is Arndt Arntzen, who a lot of you saw lead the band on the Sunday of Big Sky Weekend last year. He's the famous banjo player in a towel. And then his brother Evan is in New York now. He's also from Vancouver, though, and he's an amazing clarinet player, and they both sing. This album has also Casey McGill on it, and it was recorded at Lindy Bout Live last year, so the info's down there in the doodly-doo. Also down there, we have shirts. We have T-shirts for the Syncopation Foundation for the first time ever, and we're really excited about that. So thanks to Juliana for designing some killer shirts. Those are only going to be available for about a week and a half to buy in this run. After that, we won't do the exact same thing again because we want to get that shipment out as fast as possible to the people that do order it. So if you want to get those, the link is also down there in the doodly-doo at the very bottom. The choreography we're doing today is to a band also from Seattle, although Greg has also recently moved to New York, is Greg Ruby and his Rhythm Runners. If you look up the video on YouTube for this song, you can find some familiar faces in their baby face days. It's Elaine Buchanani and me and Ariel and a bunch of other people are in that music video. It was one of Elaine's first projects she put together when she first came to the Seattle area with Greg. But the song is called Scofflaw, and the link is down there for picking up the CD yourself. I highly recommend it. Going through Bandcamp is really useful for the musicians because they get a really good cut of the money. It's not like Spotify where they get cents per year on thousands of plays of the song. Bandcamp actually gives them about 85% of the cost of the CD. So if you get a chance to jump down there, again, check the details on here. It's got the music that we're going to be dancing to today. We're going to start off with a solo jazz warm-up like we do in most of our in-person classes, which means I'm going to do some moving. I'll put on this song, Dunkin Bagel by the Brothers Arntzen from live at Lindy Bout. And we're going to dance around a little bit. I'm going to do my best to give us some moves to kind of warm up all the different parts of the bodies that are kind of based in that vintage jazz feel. Do your best impersonation of them. If I raise my left hand and you raise your right foot, I don't care. Just do it with enthusiasm, right? If the move's a little bit stompy and you're worried about your downstairs neighbors, feel free to modify however you want. This is a one-way live stream right now. No one's watching. Just do your best on it. The one thing I will say is really pay attention to that quarter note beat going down into the floor on this one, because if you got that pulse going on with the music, and you'll hear the guitar just like nailing that when Arndt plays it, you can kind of get that exercise and that warm up even if you can't do all the moves full out. So find yourself a space, clear out the stuff around you so you're not breaking vases or mirrors or anything like that, and let's do some dancing.
About all matzo ball, yes, matzo ball. Oh, twiddly heiny, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel. Smash in the coffee. Oh, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, smash in the coffee. Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, smash in the coffee. Oh, matzo ball, get out of here, beauty dish. Get out the dish about your ham sandwich. Sandwiches, oh, that's a bit too much of a thing. Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, Dunkin Bagel, smash in the coffee.
All right, so that's the Brothers Arnson with Casey McGill, live at Lindy Mouth. They just put that CD out, so if you get it, you could be the first of your friends. Those are great guys. They play all over the place. If you have questions about any of the music stuff, feel free to hit me up too. That song was originally done by a guy named Slim and his friend Slam. Slim Gillard and Slam Stewart. They were a comedy duo, music duo, brilliant musicians, even better maybe, performers. You can look up Slim and Slam on the YouTubes and find all sorts of cool stuff. Cool. And hello, everybody. Looks like we have some friends over there in the chat. We're going to get started here in a second with the choreography. Like I said earlier, it's to Greg Ruby and the Rhythm Runners. The cool thing about that one is they have it available for digital download. Also, you can get it on vinyl, which is kind of cool. And the album is called Washington Hall Stomp, which is named after a vintage venue here in Seattle, which is kind of cool for us because that's where they recorded it. If you have questions about that, like I said, hit me up, I'll answer them. And we're going to get started. So the first thing is we're going to use some moves from last week and the week before. Most of it's going to be kind of new for those of you that have only been learning from these videos. If you need me to break something down, go ahead and put it in the YouTube comments as soon as you can, and I will try to get back to you and answer it. There's about a 30-second delay from when you type to when I see it. So give me some grace on that, and I will do my best to come back and answer things as they come up. So we're going to get right into it because we got a bunch of stuff to get through. I want to get through a whole chorus of this song. The song sounds a bit like this. It's called Scofflaw. And if you've danced to East Side Stomp, you've heard it a bunch of times. And we're going to go for about twice that long of the choreography. One thing I want to notice right away is that it's almost the AABA format we've talked about in previous classes, where it does one thing and then repeats the theme. And then it's going to have this bridge where the trombone comes in and then go back to the theme. But it does this weird thing that they tagged on 4 extra beats after every 8 eights. So we'll get to that in the choreography. But a lot of times the songs will be just 8 counts, 8 counts, 8 counts, 8 counts. This one's a little creative, so don't let that throw you off later on when you're practicing this on your own. So starting off, we're going to do a kickball change. Maybe the most commonly used step in jazz dancing. So we're going to kick with our right foot, and then take 2 quick steps, right, left. And that's going to sound like kickball change. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3. Because you're going to hear in the music, it's got this thing that starts a little bit before we start dancing. And I'll show you that one time here real quick. 5, 6. So there's that bow, wow, pop, ba-da-ba-da. That bow, woo part that comes before the 1 in music is called an anacrusis. You may never need to know that, but now you know, cool music words. But we're going to start off with the trumpet on this one. Trumpet player is Gordon Au from New York, one of my favorite trumpet players of all time. He has his own albums too, so, go support musicians. But he goes 8, 1. On 1, we put our weight on that left foot. So we're ready to kick with our right, 2, and 3. We're going to let that bring us around. So it's going to become a little bit of a jump. So we go 8, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do exactly the same kickball change you know before, but by making that go down a little bit on the beat beforehand on count 1, 1, 2, and 3, I can get myself around in a circle. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Take a step down. 5, 7. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, ba, ba, da, 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 da. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, but we gotta get there, right? So let's do it with music. We're gonna do the same thing twice, and then I'll break down the opposite side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7. So watch that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1. I'm down on my right foot. Kick, ball change, step, 5, 7. All together, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7. One way to make this jump happen pretty naturally, the first thing I said is prepare down, right? The next thing is I'm going to lift myself from my shoulders. So it's like I've got clothes hanger here. Someone's lifting by the hook, and it goes, whoop, da. And that gives the impression that I'm jumping higher than I am. So I go, da. I didn't jump, but you get that little bit of upper body lift. Laura, you can totally scuff or you can kick. I tend to scuff on the video so you can like have a sound of something that's happening. Style it how you want. I kicked it when I choreographed, and I'm scuffing while I teach it, so the power is yours. After that, we did our 2 times through, once on each side. Shoot, ba-do-ba-da-da-da. And then we're going to come up and do the same thing, same rhythm, but going toward our audience. So I'm not turning on this one. I'm going kick, ball, change, just in a straight line. So we went from the top, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3. On 4, with my right foot here, I'm going to turn my right side toward my audience. So I'm facing the left wall here. So I had 2 and 3, 4, and I'm really winding into that step because I'm preparing to go the other direction. And I'm going to keep my rotation going once I get there. So I go 4, 5, 7, 8. We're going to do a bit of a funky rhythm here. What I just did is the level 1 version. If you're like, that is enough for me, more power to you. If you're like, I want a little bit more, we're going to put a bit of a rhythm in here that is from a clip from probably the greatest swing dance troupe of all time called Whitey's Lindy Hoppers. They were in a film called Day at the Races, Marx Brothers flick. They only had one scene really that was the big one where they did a whole dance number, but one of the couples does this little rhythm. It goes 4, 5, and 7, 8. Ba, ba, da, da, da. So that whole piece looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8. Step, hop, step, hop, step. So just that bit. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8. If that makes sense, we'll keep plowing ahead. If it doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But let's go back to the top real quick and just try those 3 8 counts with music. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to assume that's perfect. If you need me to adjust the camera, I'm not sure at what point you lose my feet. So if you're like, move it toward your feet, we don't care about your face or something like that, I won't be offended. Just let me know. So we just finished our going forward. We did our turnaround. We did our little day at the races rhythm, step, hop, step, hop, step. And then we have to finish it out because at the end of every 4/8 phrase, there's a little bit of a break, right? So we just finished the 5 and 7, 8. We're going to go 4, 5, and 7, 8. Step, step, ball change. Shoot. So those of you that were here last week probably remember pieces of this. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit less dense than our... Right, it's a little less gallopy. It's just going to be the column version of that. So we go right, left, right, left. We're gathering in here. And then we're going to straighten our legs, but we're a little bit turned out. What I do recommend is if you're having a hard time sliding on your carpet floor, that you just go step, step. That's totally fine. That's a common thing that dancers will do. If they can't do a slide, they'll go and make it look like the slide, just stepping through it. Dean Collins made that particular shape pretty famous. Cool. Waiting for the chat here. I'm assuming you're all perfect. Awesome. Cool. So we have da ba do da 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 ba do da 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 da. So let's do that all together. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Ba ba da 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 da. Ba ba da 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 da. Ba ba da da ba da da. And then we're going to go into the new part, right? When you're getting prepared between these, don't stop your rotation, which is what I just did. So, da, da, da. I want to go straight into that here without the pause because it gets a little bit fast. So let's go from that straight one into the end here. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, same exact thing. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Assuming that's perfect, we're going to jump on the music. If it's not perfect, again, let me know in the comments there. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant! I'm sure that all of you did that perfectly. I can sense you through the monitor. It's glorious. But do let me know if you want to comment or question anything. I'm going to plow ahead into the next part because it just has a little bit more continued here. I don't want to get used to stopping on that slide. We are going to nail it. We're going to stick it really hard. And we'll come back and talk about the technique on that if we have time. But the next thing we're going to do is go into a little bit of like the laziest fishtail combined with last week's watermelon squeeze thing to prepare ourselves for the next phrase. So we went 5, 6, right? And then we're going to get into this kind of thing again, where I'm stirring a pot with my knees and kind of squishing in. The second one, though, we're going to go boom, bop, and really pop our right leg straight. That's what I want to get used to. So once we've gone beat-up, bop, pop, bop, pop. And that's count 8 is when I want to have that right leg straight. I weight totally on my left. So just that last 8 count. Beat-up, bop, 5, 7, 8. And I'm really balanced on that left foot. Let's go back in 8 counts so we can get it all in there in context. So this is the one that does the straight ahead. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Alrighty. Cool. Let's do it with music perfectly the first try all the way through. It's going to be glorious. 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So for some of you, this next part is going to be a review. We're going to talk about a really, really fundamental Lindy Hop solo jazz step. Comes up in just about every choreography from the 1930s and 40s. It's called the Suzy Q, and there's a million ways to do it. Some of them are totally fine. Like, you can interpret it in a bunch of different ways, and they're great. But there are a couple of key parts that make it what it is. And even some of the really, really nice old-timers like Frankie Manning would be like, maybe don't do that part. So we want to help you avoid a couple of those pitfalls and make sure the weight's in the right place. Normally it's your heart, but now I want the weight in the right place. So to start off with, we're going to set up your right foot in front and your left foot behind. They're pretty close together. And we're going to get down and bend your knees a little bit. When I do that, it kind of brings the weight to the front of my back foot and to the back of my front foot. So with my right foot in front, my weight's in the ball of my left foot and the heel of my right foot. I'm mostly balanced on the back foot right now, but I want to be maybe 70-30 split. From there, I'm going to walk back and forth between those feet. I'm kind of, you know when a cat pushes into the clean laundry like this? I'm really working the floor as I do that. The thing that's weird about it is I'm not getting all the way back onto my left heel, and I'm not getting all the way onto my front toes. I'm just kind of pressing into the floor with control from up here. So I can do that. What's going to happen is the front foot's always going to be the odd numbers. The back foot's always going to be the even numbers. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's switch the feet just to get the muscles all balanced. So your left foot's in front, you're on the heel of that one. Your right foot's in back, you're even more on the front of that one. And we can go, the back foot is going to go on the even numbers, the front foot's going to go on the odd numbers, right? So we'll go this way first. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just walking in a weird balance thing. But the thing that makes Suzy Q's really pop is that your back leg is going to open up on those even numbers. If I open up, I mean it's going to pivot open from the hip, like this. So I'm going to use that opening to actually pull me to the side. So if I were to be putting my right foot in front and my left foot behind, I can step forward on 1. On 2, I shoot that leg open and it pops here. On 3, I'm going to gather back together and put my weight on the heel of the front foot. So I go open, closed, open, closed. That works both ways. I can put my right foot back on the ball of my right foot and the heel of my left foot. I go forward first, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are a million arm variations for this. If you are just learning the move, I recommend this one. Take your hands, clasp them together, and keep them out of the way. And you can just rock that for as long as you want to. It's a classic one. You can shake them a little bit like you're about to roll some dice, give yourself some style, but then you don't have to worry about too many moving parts, and it gives some structure to your upper body. I recommend watching the film The Spirit Moves. It's a 1940s and 50s documentary about the Savoy Ballroom, and it's just footage of dancers. Everyone's got their own thing they do. Leon James will sprinkle some pixie dust as he goes. You'll also see some like heckin'. So choose your own adventure on the arms. This is another nice one to sort of stick your thumbs in your imaginary suspenders and keep your elbows there. But what we're going to do in the routine, we just finished with our right foot up over here on count 8. We're going to put that one in front on 1 and start our Suzy Q's going toward the left. So it goes 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I really want to make that sharp. If I kind of it together, it's hard to tell what I'm doing. So we went 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And then we're going to do a little bit of a clave rhythm. You can hear that like da, 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 da. From a lot of Latin music. We're going to put that in here on 5, 7, 8 to match something going on in the song. So we had 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Really important to actually change weight from foot to foot every time so you don't get lost on which foot you're supposed to be on. Check in with me if you're having questions or if you just feel like saying hello in the comments there. Otherwise, we're going to just keep on trucking, or Susie Qing. So we're going to do the other side. We went to the left for 8 counts with that little syncopation there, the clave rhythm. So we went 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So on 8, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's going to bring this one up. So we can go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try and run those together. We're going to go from that same 8, 1, 2, 3 that we were doing before, but just keep going on the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's making sense, you're awesome. Cool. Let's go back just a little bit further so we can kind of connect the pieces, because a lot of times where we lose choreography is on the spot between phrases. So we finish that cool V-slide break and then get a little bit lost. So we're going to go back to the top and count through the whole thing so far. So we're starting with that kickball change with the right foot, turning around to my left side. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming it's perfect. Cool. So let's try that with music once, and then we're going to keep on plowing ahead. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Sweet. Again, give me a shout if you want me to slow down. Otherwise, we're just giving you the next bit. So this is, again, going back a couple of weeks. We're going to borrow a bit of choreo from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. But one of those things. We're going to do a little slide here. This is a move that I got from Fred Astaire, but he got from the Nicholas Brothers. It's just a classic sort of Broadway-y jazz line where you can sweep. And as you bring your left arm up, your right leg is going out in front of you. So you've got 5, 7. And then we come down and put our weight on the right foot in front of us. So that's after our syncopation cues on the left side. We went 1, 2, 3, 4. I step on my left. 5, 7. So starting with your left leg up, let's count 8. We go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And let me know if that one gets you. It's a little bit tricky, but I'm sure you're all awesome. Yvonne, you're so fun. So let's go through all the Suzy cues together, right? So we started here on 8. We're going to go that way first, flip it around, and then do our little sweep here. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And the good news is 8 is just sort of a get between stuff count at this point. We don't have to worry about it too much. So we have that ba-ba-do-da-da-da thing that happens twice through. The second time's a little bit different. So I want us to hear that phrase and compare it to the first one. So by phrase, I mean 4 8 counts in a row. So here's Scofflaw, the first bit. Get the intro. And here's the first phrase. Second phrase. So it's got the same kind of feel to it. It's got that do-ba-da-da. You can hear Dennis on the clarinet just like running that thing the whole time. But the melody gets a little bit minor. It gets a little bit more swoopy, is a technical term, I think. So we want to kind of take that first bit, hoop-ba-doo-ba-da-da-da, with the jumps and stuff, and make that a little bit more staccato, really sharp movements. And on the second time through, we can soften it just a little bit, right? We want to match what the song is doing. So we've got the Suzy cues. It's going to be sharp knee openings, but we don't need to be going, It's not locking or something. And then on this swoopy bit, take your time and kind of melt through the shape instead of hitting it and then falling out of it, right? So let's try that one more time with music all the way through to the middle of the song, or the middle of the chorus. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Awesome. So we're going to get into another move that is entirely stolen. Most of these moves are just pieces that I've taken from dancers in the 1930s and 40s and shoved in my order and kind of put transitions on. If you want the original routines, and I didn't name them here, for most of them I can show you one of the original routines that it came from, so just ask and I'll give you that. The next move is from the Tranky-Do, and this is a weirdly twisted version of Pepsi Bethel's version of the lowdowns in the Tranky-Do. We're putting the beat a little bit different place than he did it, and we're definitely not doing the, like, dude was swole and danced like it. We had the little flex going on, his whole Tranky-Do. So we're going to drop that part. But what we are going to do is after we've gone 5, 7, 1, we're going to get this left foot out to the side, and we're going to kind of dig into it. And this is like a little bit of that moment when you're in gym class and you have to run lines and touch the floor and touch the floor. We're going to do the lazy rhythmic version of that. So we're going to go ooh, wop ba doo, wop ba doo, wop ba doo, wop ba doo. So let's just practice that with my weird sing-songy thing here a few times. Starting on the left side on 1, it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. And for this one, I am definitely picking up that middle foot. You could do this like this. And that would be totally fine. But for this choreography, I'm going to have us actually change weight every time a little bit. So we're going and actually lifting that center foot every time through. Yeah, me too. Tranky-Do is awesome. So we're going to do that 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. A couple key things. One of them is I'm using the rotation of my torso and a kind of solid shoulder structure to make a twist that's spring-loaded. That's where I'm powering this move from when it gets fast. So if I'm going down this way, I'm slowly twisting my rib cage that way, even though my foot's going that way, to make a little bit of a twist. So when I release that, it throws me the other direction. And it makes a more dynamic shape, I think, too, than going here where it's kind of square. So I'm going left foot out, left side forward, right foot out, right side forward. And if you do this often enough, you get to look like you're actually doing jazzercise with real jazz moves. So we're going to start on 1, and we're going to end on 1. On that last count 1, I wanted to get a little bit deeper into my lean. Ideally, we'll give you some options there in a second. But let's try that one more time and see if we can make that last one really a nice, strong rotation and really dig into that left foot. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. And I'm really bringing myself back, but I'm engaging the crap out of my core, so I'm ready to throw myself back around, because we're going to use that twist to make us spin here in a second. And we're going to do kind of a weird spin. We're going to spin over the foot that's not underneath us. So I mean, as we've gone here, I'm going to keep that foot kind of at an angle. I'm going to recommend, please, for the first few times, don't do it at much of an angle. I like you all. I want you to be able to practice this until you get it perfect, not break yourself on the first 3 tries. So what we can do is go here, I'm going to gather myself over that foot and then bring myself down. And I'm lowering myself from the left leg. I'm keeping the strength in that left leg to go like an elevator to come down to the floor. I'm not falling off of it onto my right leg when we can. So we've gone down here on one. I'm going to gather up and drop down. So it helps me to have a little bit of contact between my foot and my knee. Maybe if my foot and my knee pit, depending on where you want to do it. I don't mind if you turn out your knees on this one, or if you keep them straight. Whatever you're most comfortable with is awesome. But what I do want to do is keep my core and my back of my legs and butt muscles really strong. Because if I relax those too much, I can actually put some torque on my knee, and that's not awesome. If you're feeling like this is a lot for right now, and you want to come back to this later and get the move perfect, but for now you just want to like survive the choreo or something, you can literally just step over your left leg. So I can be like, my left leg is here, I'm going to step there, like that. So be as lazy as you need to and work your way up. But the ideal of this is that we want to be here and come over that diagonal leg. And at speed, try and keep a straight line from the top of your head to the left foot. So the rhythm on that goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got a bit of time to get around there, especially when we're doing it with counts and kind of slow. So like I said, especially slow, take as vertical a stance as you need to. As it gets faster and faster, you'll be able to lay that out. If you want to see the extreme masters of that kind of movement, look up the Nicholas brothers on YouTube and have your mind completely explode. They're just actually the best. That's not hyperbole. Cool. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that all the way through with music. On this run through, if you find that like, okay, there's one part that you're getting stuck on, let me know, because otherwise we're going to plow into the second half of the routine here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. I'm assuming that's perfect because either you haven't written anything in the comments or YouTube hasn't caught up. So we're going to keep plowing ahead. The last thing is after that turn, I want to sit into it so I make it look on purpose. So I'm going to go around and with control, put myself onto my right leg with my left leg out. If you fall out of it right now, great. Yeah, but if you can nail that, that's even gooder. Because we have a little bit of time to burn here. So we went 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we get to that weird part I was talking about before, where the song doesn't go into count 1 yet. It kind of goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. It has this extra 4 counts in here. There's a lot of different ways to count that. If you're a musician, it's just another measure. But for our 4 counts, we're going to do a stomp off and 2 tacky annies. Stomp off is just right, left, getting ready. It's like in the shim sham when you're doing the tacky annies and you reboot. So we went 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're just getting our weight split so we have some choices. For us, we're actually going to put our weight onto our left foot a little bit. And 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. For those tacky annies, do your favorite styling on. It's just touching back and stepping forward. But choose your own adventure. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next bit is from the Trickeration routine, which is a Whitey's Lindy Hopper's routine they used for auditions, actually, but Norma Miller taught it about 4 million different ways with slight variations. We're going to steal one of the steps that is pretty consistent throughout the different variations. It's a rhythm that she does, doing a kind of tacky Annie thing. It's going to go 1 and, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wa a arikira, bu a barikira. So we can go. So I have I hop onto one foot and tap the ground behind me, but it's a light tap with that toe because you need that foot again in a second. But hop on that same foot again, and then triple step that way. Triple step. So it's hop, touch, hop, triple step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. Perfect. We're going to do it again on the other side now. So that's hopping on my left foot, touching my right, hopping on my left again, and triple stepping to the right. So that one goes 5, 6, 7, 8. Da-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. Cool. So we're going to do one on each side. We're going to go ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da, ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da. 1 and a 3 and 4. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and a 3 and 4. 5 and a 7, 8. We're going to go and kick. So, be-ya, ba-dee-dee-da, be-ya, ba-dee-dee-da, a-hoo. This is very much like I'm kicking the football that way. So I'm doing a really quick step on my left, and then a sweep with my right leg. Ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da, ba-da, ba-dee-dee-da, yahoo, ba. I'm stepping back on my right leg to slide, so I went kick, slide. I go left, right, right, left. So kick, slide, left, right, right, left. Let's just do that. This is 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5 and a 7. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5 and a 7. Cool. We're going to now go on to our other side. So we went be-dee-dee-da-da, be-dee-dee-da-da, boom, cha, be-dee-dee-da, be-dee-dee-da-da, be-dee-dee-da-da. This one's a little bit easier because we're doing it on the opposite side, but now our right leg's already free to kick, so we're going to kick again. Step on the bug. I'm assuming that's how you learned the step the first time, Laura? So we went do-da, ba-dee-dee-da, do-da, ba-dee-dee-da, boop, ba, be-dee-dee-da, do-da, ba-dee-dee-da, do-da, ba-dee-dee-da, boop, ba. This time we're going to do a classic 20s 19 Charleston move called the scarecrow, where it's like someone broke both your knees. You went kick, slide, oh no, and they kind of pop in like that. The classic arms were to match your arms and legs together on that. I don't care what you do for your arms. Kick, slide, whatever version of silliness feels good to you, but it has to be silliness. So let's go through that whole phrase all together. Starts with the normal rhythm over here on the right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boo-wah, ba-dee-dee-da, boo-wah, ba-dee-dee-da, a-woo, ha. Step on the bug, and boo-wah, ba-dee-dee-da, boo-wah, ba-dee-dee-da, kick, ba, wham, ha. We're going to hold that scarecrow for just a moment. Cool. If that one feels really silly, yes, excellent. It should. A lot of the steps that came out of the 1920s were sort of fad things, and they were like, this is funny and clever, let's do that. And that was what we got. So we're going to go kick, slide, and then jump into our last phrase. And I'm going to kind of truck through this one because I want to make sure we get to the end of it and get a chance to run it a little bit. This is a move called the fall off the log. If you've done fall off the logs in the Frankie do before, it's not that one. This is a different move called fall off the log. So for this one, I'm going to throw myself onto my front foot and back breaking in front. And you can try that a few times. I'm just twisting my hips a little bit to put my weight on the front of me and then jump back onto the middle foot here. So my right, left. Then we do the same thing behind. My right foot goes behind. So let's try that about 4 million times. We're just kind of tilted to the left. My left foot's got most of the weight. And we go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The lines for that, I want to kind of make a long diagonal from my foot to my head. Out there. So I'm throwing my feet out that direction. In this routine, we're going to syncopate it, so it's going to be so fast you almost can't make those lines. Or I can't. You can. I have faith in you. So let's try the other side. We're going to do this on both sides eventually. So you're on your right foot. Your left foot goes in front. Switch back to your right. And look behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our rhythm for this isn't going to be boom, 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 boom on the quarter notes. It's going to go beat-da, beat-da. So you got beat-da, beat-da, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. Beat-da, beat-da, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. This kind of song is how I memorize routines. So if you're having a hard time figuring out what goes next, I recommend singing through your choreography too. So you can go and actually make a little vocalization for the whole thing, because your brain will log that. For now, we're going to go beat-da, beat-da. And then 2 big apple stomp drags. It's very similar to the shim sham one. You just go further behind yourself. Ooh-wah, ooh-wah. So it's like you're grabbing a piece of paper with your foot and sliding it behind you. Ooh-wah, ooh-wah. So it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, da-da, da-da, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Da-da, da-da, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. Ah. So let's try that a couple times. That last ah wasn't an accident, that's on purpose. So I'm going to go dee-da, dee-da, doo-wah, doo-wah, ah. So we're ready to do the other side, right? So I'm putting my weight on that right foot again. 5, 6, 7, dee-da, dee-da, doo-wah, doo-wah, ah. Dee-da, dee-da, doo-wah, doo-wah. One more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and dee-da, dee-da, doo-wah, doo-wah, ah. Dee-da, dee-da, doo-wah, doo-wah. Cool, how are we doing? Y'all look beautiful. I can't see you, but y'all look beautiful. I'm sure I've got research. Then we get a little bit weird, because jazz isn't weird enough yet. This is a step that I got from Leon James. I don't know if he originated it or just did it really well in the spirit moves. But it's just taking a slow motion step while you're shaking your standing leg so much that it makes your moving leg shake too. So it goes like that. So I'm bringing my standing knee in a wobble, and because this one's unstable, it's off the ground, it actually moves too. And you're going to hear this in the music. The horn goes blah, and we're going to match the blah with this bit. So let's see if I can find that real quick. Beat up, boo wop, boo wop. So you can hear Gordon, da 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 da. That's what we're gonna be doing our da 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 with our knee. Da 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 da. I'm gonna come off to the side. Da 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 da. From here, I'm gonna put my weight on the heel of my right foot and go toe, heel, toe. So it went 2 and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's try that whole phrase all together, starting with the first fall off the log, shim, sham, shim, sham. 5, a 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Beat up, boo wop, ah. Beat up, boo wop, and 1, 2 and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And apparently, I like to crawl with my heel first. So if that's better for you, it doesn't matter to me either way. Just make sure that when you're doing those crawls, it's one and then the other. But it probably looks better with the toe. I'll probably accidentally do the heel again. FYI. So we're almost done with the routine. We've got a couple eighths left. One of them is a boogie drop, which we've done almost every week so far. This one's a little bit different because we have 4 taps on it instead of 3. So we went 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to open ourselves up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of in a weird lunge where I'm leaving my dead leg behind. So that was 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to sweep your right heel toward your left side. So I'm throwing something like that piece of paper I was dragging before. Now I'm just flicking it at that wall. And I'm going to get that flick action by trying to draw my right knee in front of my left leg right afterward. So I'm flicking my heel behind and then immediately trying to pull that right knee around in front of me. So it flicks here, it pulls in front, it kicks. So we have back, front, kick, land. We're going to land on 2 feet, squish together, and then crawl off stage, and we're done. Just toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. So we've got that last little bit goes beat up, do up, beat up, do up, 8, 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that all together one more time, just the last phrase, and then we'll start putting it all together. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beat up, do up, beat up, do up, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, etc. Cool. Well, that's obviously perfect so far. So we're going to go all the way from the top to the end. We'll do it with counts the first couple times, maybe the first time, depending on how much time we have. And if you have questions, now is a great time to type them up so that YouTube gets them to me in time to answer before the end of class. Otherwise, let's just do it from the top. There's our right kickball change going that way. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. The shifting the weight on the diagonal turn, that is a totally legit start for it. I would watch yourself in a mirror or on your camera and figure out which look you like better. For me, when I'm doing it, I'm trying to stay on the ball of my foot because I think it extends that line pretty well. If you're going to do the heel, though, you can totally rock it. Just really hold that flexed foot. So if I'm down here, I'm going to pop up, really flex the foot, and stay on it the whole time. And I think that's just as good a line. What I don't want to do is kind of that middle ground, right? I don't want to go, because it feels like I'm slopping into it. So I would choose either a pretty extended forced arch or a really flexed heel, and do it based on what you like on your body. I am oddly proportioned. I'm 6'5", and most folks aren't. So when you're watching yourself, feel free to modify to taste. Because I'm tall, I tend to like to really extend my lines because I don't get to a normal life or I'll hit things. So when I'm dancing, I take advantage of it. But choose what makes you feel happy in your hearts. Let's go all the way from the top with music and see if you can mess up as few times as I will. 5, 6, here we go. Well, I biffed the crazy legs, but I got the rest of it. How'd you do? So a couple of bits for those of you that are new to this or those that just are forgetful. This class is free every week. I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun for me, and I think that it gets at least two of you to practice outside of your normal daily grind. And if that brings joy to people, we're doing it. If you would like us to do more things like this, give me requests. If you have a partner, you just wish we had partner dance options for this, or if you're like, yes, you're doing this skill level, but what if you did easier? Or what if you did harder stuff? If there's enough interest for whatever, we'll make it. I'm stuck in my house too, so I would love to create content for you. Don't forget, you can check down the doodly-doo there. There are 3 things listed with links. One of them is the warm-up song we did from the Brothers Arnson. One of them is the album from Greg Ruby that this song is from. This song is called Scofflaw. And the last one is our shirts. We've never had Syncopation Foundation shirts before, and we have them now for like a week and a half in a batch, and then we're going to sell those off, and we'll never make exactly the same one again. So if you want to get in on that, we get a cut of those that go straight to paying our musicians and teachers and all that stuff, and our various bills for online sending out things to you and holding our spaces and all that stuff. If you have questions about anything having to do with the Syncopation Foundation, which is the nonprofit that puts this on, I'm a good person to talk to about that. My email address is ben@syncopationfoundation.org, or you can just comment on this video, and I would love to answer your questions. If you're like, I need more than this, one day that we're definitely having more is June 20th. We are supposed to be in Montana at the lake with live music for Big Sky Weekend, like we are every year. But we've had to cancel this year for obvious reasons. But we're not going to let it go all the way. So we're going to have a bit of an online party on June 20th in honor of Big Sky Weekend. I'll be teaching this class first, and maybe we'll do something a little bit special for it. After that, we're going to have a 2-hour just dance party on Zoom that will feature myself, Matthew Bergmanson, and then also at least 1 or 2 international DJs that we're bringing in because we can now. We don't have to fly them. We can just plug in and have them play from Europe. So if you want to get some new music in your collection, get your Shazam ready and join us for that. There's always some antics and some dancing on there. And then after that, though, is exciting. We have Charlie and Rebecca Decavita are teaching a class on the stream for us. And then Peter Flahiff and Lauren Smith are doing a class as well. And then in the evening, we're going to have one more sort of going away party to keep us, in the jazz. But if you have questions about that, hit me up. There's a little bit of a briefing on it on BigSkyWeekend.com, and on Facebook we have all the things. If you feel like watching me be stupid and silly and dance, I am apparently now on TikTok. I'll be breaking down some moves on there and posting relics of the past, like the video of us in Baroque makeup doing solo jazz to 80s pop music. Things like that. My username is @LindyHopping. But thanks, y'all, for showing up. Check out the music in the link below. If you want more of this, you can look in the past and the future. I'll do it again next week, but also all the videos from the past are saved on here. And we'll see you on the dance floor at some point. Thanks, team.